Talk to yourself in your head. Encourage yourself. Don't give up. Be a strong person. Be a winner. If you're a person that's feeling like, I want more in life, this doesn't feel right, like I'm meant to be somewhere else, I'm meant to be leveling up, I'm meant for more. Well, guess what? You are meant for more. Step by step, month by month, you're gonna do better. Don't give up. Be better. Come on, you got this. Never, never, ever, ever give up. That's this type of self-talk you want. Okay, here's the thing about motivation, all right? You cannot rely on it. It's gonna die down. It's gonna die down. I hear it all the time. Oh, Sam, I'm not motivated, so I'm gonna quit. It's like, well, you got no chance of winning in life because motivation is a temporary emotion. So what's gonna happen is, yes, I'm so motivated, let's go hard. It drops down, you quit, all right? That's a cycle of life. Look at this, up, down, there, up, down, there. So you're always there in reality. You're never gonna actually go far in life. So you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's a way of saying it. Like, I don't give a, try not to swear because YouTube, if I don't feel good. I don't even care if I don't feel good. I'm just still gonna work and do all the things I gotta do. And guess what? I'm gonna feel good again 2 days later or something. You're not meant to feel good every day, you know? I mean, yeah, you wanna feel better than not better majority of the time, of course, otherwise probably something's wrong in your life. But at the same time, I don't really care if I feel bad one day. It's like not a big drama to me. I'm just gonna wake up and work, do all the things I would do and stay positive and just hide how I feel. You know, people are like, oh, don't suppress your emotions. What are you meant to do all day? Go around crying and feeling shit? No, you stay positive and you talk to yourself in a positive way and your subconscious and your brain picks that up and you become happier. So be careful who you take your advice from. Honestly, if you study psychology and you don't need to go to uni for that, you can literally just start studying on YouTube or start reading people and stuff like that. You're gonna learn that a lot of information out there is really bad and it's actually bringing you down in life. You need to think for yourself. You need to learn on your own. Stop listening to like bullshit things and be careful who you take your advice from. Especially people in the older generation, love them, they're great, but a lot of them, like, they're a bit brainwashed, you know? They're not giving always the best information and you need to look further. We're living in a whole different world now in 2025. The world has changed so much in the last 5 years, maybe 7, 8 years. It's changed so much. We're living in a whole different world. So you gotta step it up because it's not fair world. It's not a fair world. It's pretty ruthless right now. So you got to work. Now, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but at the same time, you do want to live in a state where you're really trying to get to the next level. And I'll talk my experience. I'm terrified of failing and living an unfulfilled life, which is a driver for me. So you got to find out what's going to drive you. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to not want to fail in life. Why? Man, I don't know why. Like, trying to be a winner, trying to be the best, trying to be that, it's like frowned upon. It's like, well, why not? Like, this is most people are secretly trying to do it or they've given up, you know? And then some people like me, they show it. I'm not afraid to show that I'm trying to be the best at what I do, which is coaching, female coaching, and then soon male coaching. And I love it. I love competition. And I would suggest it also loving competition because you're in a competition. Everything you want, someone else wants. You know, when I was dating a girl, check out her message requests. There's hundreds of guys trying to get her while we're dating. So what do I got to do? I got to be better. You know, I can't be messaging him, oh, why the fuck you messaging my girl? No, you don't do that. That's not how life is. You just win by being better, all right? And then guess what? She chose me, of course. Well, not of course, you know, it's work. You know, try be the best version of yourself every day. Why are you sitting around sad and shit? Why are you sitting around talking about how hard your childhood was? Use that as motivation. We've all been through hard shit. Trust me. Some of the stuff I've been through, I never talk about it. Bad shit, you know? Sometimes I get the flashbacks, but I use it for motivation. And when I feel that pain, it makes me powerful. It makes me feel invincible sometimes. Seriously. Like, you could break a bottle on my head and I wouldn't even feel it. That's a pretty crazy thing to say, I know, but that's literally how I feel when I feel the pain and the flashbacks come through. But anyway, this is just my experience. I know it sounds crazy, but that's another thing. What's so wrong with being crazy, a bit crazy? You know, what is normal? What is normal? Is normal average? We're not trying to be average. So who cares? It's all about perspective and how you think, guys. Like, even sometimes the way you think and talk to yourself, like, what I've noticed is a lot of people, they talk bad to themselves. They've got no self-belief. And I used to be a little bit like that. But over time, you almost got to be a little bit delusional. I was telling myself, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. You know, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be all this stuff. And people are like, why? Like, you look at me and be like, no, you're not. You know, you're not going to do shit. And now looking back, I can see why people thought that. But in my head, I always thought I can be more. I can do more in life. Like, you know, this isn't it for me. If you're a person that's feeling like oh, I want more in life. This doesn't feel right. Like I'm meant to be somewhere else. I'm meant to be leveling up. I'm meant for more. Well, guess what? You are meant for more. I'm not kidding. People that feel like that, they're meant for more. They're just, sometimes they don't know what they're doing or how to chase it. But if you keep thinking like, you keep getting dragged towards what you want, you will kind of get it. Now, let me give you an example. So I was watching these people on YouTube. I was watching these e-com guys and I was like, wow, this life looks really fun, you know? And then like, I just kept watching it and my brain was like, I'm meant for more, like something like this is meant to happen for me. And then I kept watching, and then before you know it, somehow I now have an e-com brand. You know, I've now got a third business, just like a couple months later. But it started from watching this guy's video online. So I put myself like towards things. I come towards things. Instead of thinking negative, I never fucking doubt myself. I never think negative. You know, I always think I can do it. You gotta have a bit of guts in life. You can't be afraid to fail. Failing is kind of like almost, it's not a good feeling, but you know what, I'll tell you what feels worse. What feels way worse is not even trying. Not even trying and knowing you didn't even try is the worst feeling. I don't mind trying something really hard and then failing a bit, but I usually don't give up. I'll figure out how to win from that. So like you kind of learn how to do things as you go. So a lot of people will wait for the perfect moment in life. The perfect moment doesn't exist, you kind of create it. I always do things that I don't know how to do and I figure it out as I go, and then I'll pay someone to help me, you know? And if you don't have the money to pay someone to help you, just research more, because we're all at different levels. And I used to have very little money and I always figured out a lot of shit on my own. And like what I lacked in, like let's just say I lacked in revenue in that, I put in the work. Like I was really working like 14-hour days, 12 to 14-hour days at the gym, back-to-back sessions. Sometimes I'd sit there 5 hours, just, you know, nothing, no one come in. It was hard. I kept going, and then like slowly here we are to the biggest PT business in WA, you know, and I'm trying to get to that higher level and I know how I'm going to do it. So something in my mind keeps telling me, do the mail app, do mail coaching now, do mail coaching. Like, so when your brain tells you something like this, it's often right. Hopefully everyone's different. I'm talking about my experience, like, cause that was what happened to the ecom thing, right? So my brain tells me to do these things. Like just randomly, I get these thoughts that come out of nowhere, but it's because I'm always in a positive state. I'm always in a work state. I'm always in a hunger state. So I'm trying to get to that next level. So then random ideas will come to me and it'll make me more successful. So that's the state of mind you want to be in, guys. All right. You don't want to be in a negative state like, oh, poor me and stuff like that. You're like, yeah, I get what you've been through. Like, I get you've gone through some hard times and I do really feel bad for some people. I'm not a heartless person at all. I'm just trying to help you. Like, this is trying to help you 100%. I'm just trying to be straight with you. But what can you do? Like, you've been through this, it's happened. So use it as strength. Your only option. What's your other option, eh? Like, seriously, tell me your other option. You know, I'd love to hear it. Always the answer is be stronger. Be stronger, work harder. Life is definitely going to get tough at times. You're going to go through some real downs. When it rains, it pours is a real saying. Like, I'm not going to say all my experiences, but like some of the worst things have all happened to me at the same time. And I had to become a new me to overcome it. And that's what I did, you know? And like, I'll give you one example. Like 9 months, my dad was in ICU with literally going through torture, like pretty much like a torture video. You know, it was really that bad. And at the same time, I was going to work every day and I created my app at the same time, released my online coaching, and it went really well. And then the day after my dad died, I went to work the next day. You can check my Instagram and see that it's all documented. And that was hard, you know, because I created a new me that could handle any level of pain. And, you know, and that's stuck with me forever now. I'm a changed person. So I'm never going to go back to being who I was before then. So what I'm trying to say is everything you go through in life, you got to make you stronger, be a positive and keep winning, you know? And it doesn't matter if you're not doing great right now. Step by step, month by month, you're going to do better. Here, 6 months, you're way better position. Well, next 6 months, you're better position. You keep heading towards your goals. You know, you're staying positive, staying strong. People, when they talk about motivation, they don't talk about strength enough. They don't talk about strength, being strong. That's like the main key. What's going to happen is you're going to be trying to be successful and then something hell bad in your life's going to happen. Heaps of bad things. You're going to get betrayed. You're going to get all this shit. And it's like, well, how much then you got to keep working. The next day, you got to keep working the same day. Otherwise you fall and you go down and it all crumbles. You need a high pain tolerance and you get that by pushing through pain, guys, pushing through pain. And that's the only answer. What other thing can you do when something bad happens? And just remember, because like every topic is so sensitive nowadays. It shouldn't be. We should be all allowed to talk about stuff like this to make us better. And I have a theory that topics are sensitive to bring you down, you know, to make you not have discussions to level up, you know, and it's okay to want to level up. I'm telling you, Australia culture, someone tries to do good, someone will try to bring them down. It happens to me 1,000 times. Imagine being the first booty coach in Perth. Imagine being the first like female coach in Perth as a male. You know, it's gonna bring a lot of good attention, and then some people are not gonna like you. And I didn't really care because I knew what I was doing was very professional and a good thing. And now I'm not kidding, I've saved lives. I've had multiple girls tell me that the reason they didn't is because of me. You know, dark topic, but like, to be able to have that impact and help someone so much that to save their life is a really good feeling. And I've got 50 people off antidepressants, literally 50. And it's from these type of chats, you know, like in a nice way, not in like I'm yelling at you, like I'm never call someone weak or anything like that. I'm just trying to help them, you know. The only person I'll call weak is myself, you know. I'll be in my head like, come on Sam, fucking work harder, don't be weak, you know, stuff like that. And I would suggest also getting a voice in your head, like that makes you stronger. Like someone that says, let's just say your name was James, like, come on James, you're better than this, come on James, work harder. Come on, push James, come on, you can do this James, you know, be better James. Come on, don't give up James, don't give up. Because that was me in my car years ago. Come on Sam, don't give up. All you gotta do is just get through today, tomorrow might feel better. Come on, push. Don't give up, come on, you've come so far, don't give up. That's this type of self-talk you want. That's the talk I tell people when I'm training. Come on, don't give up, be better. Come on, you got this. Well, you have to become your own coach as well. Talk to yourself in your head, encourage yourself. Don't give up, be a strong person, be a winner. Be the dad that your kids can look up to, you know? Be a great person. Don't go around don't try and make it, by the way, with no morals. Don't be betraying people. It's the worst idea. Don't be a con man. Don't be all this stuff. Don't be sly, slick, trying to rob me, stuff like that, you know? Because I've worked with people, you know, can I loan some cash, you know, stuff like that. And they try to fuck me over in that. I mean, it's not going to work. And it's bad for you because if you could have had me as a friend and then we could work together for business, we could have made money together, you know, we could become more successful. You got to be thinking like that. And then your reputation is so important in Perth or Australia. You know, luckily I have a very good reputation because I've never dogged anyone. I've never betrayed anyone. To become more successful, I never went against my morals of being a bad person, stealing off someone, you know, like, or being bad in business. Like, I've got no bad intentions because I would rather win together. And I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror every day and see a good person. And that's very important in life, guys. You should want to be a good person, all right? Good things happen to good people. I always tell my clients, sometimes you can't see it because a good person's constantly getting hurt. I know good people, they get hurt because they're getting betrayed. I say, keep your morals, keep being a good person. And, you know, things will always end up good for you. And guess what? It does. I'll give you an example. This girl in my gym, she got cheated on twice, you know? She was a lovely person, very good girl. And I told her, I was like, don't let this betrayal change who you are. Don't let this make you a worse person or think now you should go betraying people because what's the point? Don't think like that. Stay strong, stay a good person, and keep your morals. Anyway, she did, of course, she took my advice. Now I see she's in an excellent marriage. You know, they look very happy on Instagram, and good for her. That's what you get. You get good because you stayed good, you know? Don't be a bad person, guys. Don't be evil. You know, there's so much evil in the world, and it's disgusting. And what do you get out of being evil? You know, what do you actually get? You know, there's some sick people out there, so protect yourself, be careful, guys, you know? But there's also a lot of really good people out there. So this is the message for people that have been betrayed and stuff. Don't ruin your morals. Don't become the betrayer because you got betrayed. Don't think there's no good people. Don't think you can't trust anyone. I'm telling you, you can. You got to stay strong, but you got to be a bit smart, you know? No one's fucking me over. No one's gonna betray, well, someone could betray me, you know? I'm not gonna say that, it's pretty arrogant. Someone could betray me, but I could take it, you know? But at the same time, it'd be very disappointing. But because I've selected such good people in my life for experiences, it's never happened. Same friends for 20 years almost, you know? Literally, some friends 20 years, never had a problem, never had a friend betray me, anything like that. Anyway, I think we're getting off the motivational topic. This is more of a speech of like, be better in life, you know, like how to be better, and it's okay to want more. It's okay to want more. You don't have to stomp on someone to get it, you know? You can all win together. That's why I think people hate on people doing better than them, because they think, because I'm up, you must be down. No, no, no. We could all be up. There's enough to go around, and, you know, we all can help each other. So my message is today, I guess, have less hate in your heart, be a better person, stay motivated, stay hungry, Never give up. Never ever give up. And message me if you want to chat. It's all good. Instagram, samhook booty. So yeah, let's get it. Never give up. Chase your fucking dreams. Let's go. Make it happen. Never, 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 ever, ever give up.